Alabama Police Department drew some outrage after the police chief announced the arrest of an elderly woman for not paying her trash bill. So now, this had happened on social media. Police announced the arrest of 82-year-old Martha Louie Mennefield on Sunday for non-payment of trash services during the summer months. So there were several months, again, I believe June, July, and August, where this woman, elderly woman, did not pay her trash bill. Now, here's what they said in the post. Valley Police Chief Mark Reynolds claimed the department's hands were tied on whether to handcuff Martha Louie Mennefield after a magistrate signed off on her arrest for failure to pay the bill, her trash bill, adding that the 82-year-old woman was treated respectfully by our officers in the performance of their duties. So let me just say that I don't think there's really a respectful way to handcuff an elderly woman and deprive her of her liberty over a trash bill. Seems a little disrespectful to me. But here's what they said. While officers can use their discretionary judgment on certain matters, the enforcement of an arrest warrant issued by the court and signed by a magistrate is not one of them. Miss Mennefield was treated respectfully by our officers in the performance of their duties and was released on a bond as prescribed by the violation. Now, commenters on the department Facebook post expressed some outrage over the arrest. Again, over $87. It's crazy. One said, absolutely the most ridiculous thing I've seen this year. You should all be ashamed to call yourselves law enforcement. Yeah, what laws are being broken for her not paying her trash bill? How is that negatively impacting the safety and security of her neighborhood? Are you supposed to be protecting people? No. What the police are doing right now is they're acting as a racket, going around and basically, extracting money for debts. They're the debt collectors at this point. It is ridiculous and shameful. Another person says, of all the things people should be arrested for, this is the most asinine thing. At 82, she has to make sacrifices with the pricing of everything now, food or trash. I would definitely hold my head down in shame. Indeed. Another commenter questioned why the city didn't just shut off her service instead of literally arresting her. Another person said, you are a pitiful excuse for civil servants. Now, of course, the cops came out and tried to defend it. Again, why would you do that? That's literally the worst thing you could do other than arrest this person, this old lady. Reynolds claimed the city had called her several times. Oh, no, they called her several times, left a door hanger when they couldn't reach her. The citation advised Ms. Mennefield that she was to appear in court on September 7, 2022, in reference to this case. Why? The chief said a warrant for failure to pay trash was issued when she did not appear in court. That is insane. So again, what we have is a problem. Arresting people for not paying a trash bill. That doesn't make any sense. You're basically criminalizing poverty. And you may have heard the expression, it's expensive to live in poverty, and it's true. Now, they said that she had to bond out. Where did that money come from? Probably a bail bondsman. But you also have to pay bail bondsmen. And then, of course, there's also court costs and fees and whatever else. She's 82 years old. Do you think she's got a big bank account? She's an elderly black lady. You think she's pulling 6 figures a year? Come on. She's in Alabama, one of the 10 poorest states in the country, with a poverty rate of about 14.6%. The average poverty rate in this country is 11.2, which, again, I don't think is even accurate considering how the poverty guidelines don't factor in a lot of things. In fact, the official poverty measure is actually based on a family's pre-tax cash income and does not include non-cash payments from housing subsidies, supplemental nutrition assistance program, and other forms of government aid. And it also does not include costs related to housing, clothing, transportation, and other expenses commonly considered to be basic human needs. You know, like healthcare. Utilities are also not considered. I don't know about you, but I think we've all seen our utility bills spike over the past couple of years, right? I'm pretty sure it's happened to her. Inflation. And you have an issue with somebody not being able to pay their bills. So, that said, the official measure doesn't even also account for variations in the cost of living across the country. So, that said, very likely Martha has been having to make the choice between food or trash services, and has likely had to do so for a long time. In fact, the chief also alleged that Menifeld had trash services suspended 3 times in the last 2 years. Well, we kind of did have a pandemic, increasing prices, etc., for not paying her bills, and then her trash bill. And then records indicate that there have been over 22 incidences of suspensions and revocation of services since 2006. So, doesn't that indicate that perhaps she has a problem with not having enough money? Maybe I'm crazy, but maybe the city should help her instead. Instead of wasting time and money, because it does cost money to house people in jail and to go through all these court proceedings, wouldn't it make more sense just to help her out? Now, there's also another possibility as to why she might not have been paying her bills. She might not remember. She's, again, 87 years old. When you get old, some people start forgetting things. It happens. Might have something to do with it. Now, the answer to that, of course, is things like healthcare. Medicare for all, perhaps. See, the thing is, we don't have healthcare in this country. We have a predatory for-profit system. Even a lot of the Medicare plans, which, again, senior citizens, people who are retired, disabled people are able to get onto, they're not comprehensive. There's a lot of privatized supplemental plans out there that really don't cover anything. And so seniors all over the country who do have Medicare, they're still not able to get everything that they need. They're not able to get the help that they need. That includes special services like, home health aides that are affordable. People that are able to come in and help you do everyday things like, pay your bills. Or to help people who are experiencing memory loss, beginning of Alzheimer's, dementia. So there's a lot of different possible reasons that she's not paying her bill. But the correct response here is not to arrest her. That's insane. It doesn't fix the problem. In fact, it actually ends up making things worse. So everybody is right to be outraged by the situation. Because again, in this country, we should not be having debtors' prisons. We should not be throwing people in jail for being poor. And that's exactly what this situation is.